What's going on, guys? Rob here, and a little different video today. We are going to show you some slot cars, okay? And we're going to show them to you from the front first. That's supposed to be a Dodge. That's supposed to be a Ford, and this is supposed to be a Ford. That's a Ford. So you can see the emblem right there. I don't know if you can see how well you can see it, but you can also see it right there. You can see that they're both supposed to be Fords, but you're going to find out something real quick, that they are not alike in any shape, form, or fashion. And I've had people tell me which one will run better. Well, I know which one runs better, okay? Um, this one right here, you put it on the track, and she runs about 3/100ths of an inch off the track. Okay? 3/100ths doesn't sound like a lot. This one runs about 1/100th off the track. And this bad boy is a lot more sleek, a lot more dynamic, and she'll run. Okay? Look at the width difference. Okay? It's almost a tenth of an inch difference in width. You want to see the difference? Look, check it out. The bottom one is so much wider. There's a difference. Yep. So I was wondering if you guys wanted to see just what the difference would be running this bad boy with a little bit older car and running one of the newer cars. And well, here's a newer one, and then running one that maybe a little more souped up. This one right here, maybe a little more oiled, just a little, little touch here and there. I can get this one right here running about 800 to 850 scale miles an hour. I can get this one right here running about 1,000 scale miles an hour. But this bad boy right here, I can get about 1,300 scale miles per hour. I can really get her going. Okay, so let me, without further ado, bring my computer over, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, hang with me, guys. Hang with me. All right. Okay. All right. Got a little track right there. Okay. Now all I've got right there is 5 square feet of track. It's one length as well. I guess it's 6 square feet of track. Well, no, 9-inch turn. So yeah, it would be 5 square feet of track. Okay. And I've got myself one controller right there hooked up as well. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get down there and show you better. If I've got my computer down here with me, maybe I can see what you guys can see. Okay. All right. Let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. All right. Now I can see what you guys can see. All right. Okay. All right. Let's fact show you that right now, this way right here is going, for me, counterclockwise. Okay. All right. Let's get this slower one, the one I was telling you about. All right. Let's show you a little bit of difference there. First off, you're going to see the mounts on it. It's actually got a plastic cover, and that keeps the magnets, which are the outer edge, from actually doing the proper job they really should do. The inventor of this car made it to where you could put 2 cars very easily on a track right there. Okay. But really didn't make it to where the track should hold it. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Let me pick up my controller. We're going to go about 800 scale miles per hour now. All right. Get about 800 scale miles an hour. That's roughly a little less than a second a lap right here. And You can hear around the turn. She's kind of. She's wanting to lose it just because due to the fact um, she's not wide enough to fill the whole lane, and she's hitting the rails. Okay, she's hitting the rails, and that's why we're going 700 to 800 scale miles an hour. Okay, not bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for a car, but that's pretty good for maybe 20 years ago. Okay. All right, we'll let it run a couple more laps, and then we'll stop her. Okay. All right. Anybody in chat like to say something? Go ahead. We're going right now about 800 scale miles an hour. Not real fast, but she's going pretty good. Okay. Now let's stop her now. Okay. Now, like I say, what's really the telltale of this car being different from my other cars is that it's got a plastic cover over the motor. Okay. And the magnets are so well defined and they're not as strong as you need. Okay. That one, 750, 800 square miles an hour. All right, let's go to the second one I was going to show you. This one right here gets you about 1,000 scale miles an hour. Much wider car, fills the lanes up, okay? Fills the lane up much, much faster. And you'll see that when she comes out the gate there, she means business. This one does, okay? And I can almost go wide open on this 5 feet of track, but you know, I'm making laps now at about easily maybe 7/10 of a second, something like that. So it's definitely a faster car. This one and the next car I'm going to show you, it's not a lot of difference in them. Both of them are stock. If you buy them off the shelf, Lifelike, they'll run you about 1,000 scale miles an hour, roughly. But you can tell, even as well as she's running, it's still got that little bit around the turn that she doesn't want to go wide open for me all the time. But it's clearly faster than my first car. All right, let's put a stop to this one. Okay, all right. So this one right here, the only difference between this one and actually you can see no plastic cover for the engine at all, for the motor at all. The only difference between this one and this bad boy right here is this one's seen a little bit of oil now. Okay, this one's seen a little oil, and this one's ready to roll. When you oil it, make sure you use 3-in-1 oil. Never use anything a high additive. Anything thick will make this car run so much slower. All right, that last one we had was going roughly 1,000 scale miles an hour. Let's see if we can get maybe 1,300 on this one. Let's see if we can. There we go. Ooh, whoa. That wasn't cool. I had her testing that earlier. I probably ran 1,000 laps on her a little while ago. And I cannot run this one wide open. So, by me not racing them very much lately, it shows its ugly head. I don't race them very much anymore. But you can see this bad boy is rolling. This bad boy is going. What's going on, Tribe fan? Um, this is roughly 1,200 scale miles an hour. I, on my best day, I could probably get it closer to 14. I just haven't touched it in a while, but it's hard to spot it. I mean, that's how fast she's going. It's really going that fast. I mean, this bad boy is moving. You know, probably about half a second a lap, and let's see if maybe I can get a little more to it here. That's cooking, man. That's moving. That's what they say, cooking with gas now. Oh yeah, and I mean that's one drop of oil. That's one drop of oil is all it is. These cars haven't been touched in about 10 years, and these bad boys are rolling. Everything's stock, nothing modified. Everything's the way it was in the package when I purchased it. I kept my track clean. I just put it out maybe 10 minutes ago, and you can see she's moving. I might be able to get a little more speed out of her. But I mean, this bad boy's cooking it now. Once the tires get hot, I will tell you, they will wreck. They will wreck. These tires are rubber. And after they get hot, you get a couple 3,000 laps on them, they'll get hot. And you want to definitely store them. You don't want to put them on carpet. You don't want to put them on rugs. You don't even want to put them on tile floors. You want to put it back on one of the tracks, like I got that right there. See, I got them stored. Let them cool off right there. See, this bad boy's moving it. It's getting with the program here. Really is. It's almost a streak around the whole track. It really is. But that's roughly 1,200 scale miles an hour. Roughly 11 to 1,200. If it's really running its best, I can get it about 1,350, 1,400. And if I modify the car a little bit, if I cut a little weight from it, I might be able to get, you see right there, it started getting hot. If I modify the cars a little bit, take some weight off of them, put a stronger magnet on them, I can get 1550 on them. And I mean, that's moving. That's getting with the program, guys. It really is. I've got other cars. I just figured I'd put them out. I got some others over here. But I know I had some people that asked me, would your car really do 1,000 scale miles an hour? And yeah, there are ways to prove it. You got to figure out how many feet track you're going and how many feet you're going in a minute's time. This is the fastest setup you can possibly get. Number one, anytime that you go a longer distance, right, the electrical on it is going to spread on a wider basis. So you want it in a short, as short an area as possible. Number two, I had rails helping me. Yes, granted, I had rails. If I didn't have the rails, I definitely would not have been turning 1,000. Probably not even 600. They would really, really get sliding after a little bit there. No doubt about that. No doubt. But if I were to put 100 foot of square track out there, okay, number one, at the 40 foot mark somewhere else, between 40 and 60 feet out somewhere, it's going to lose some of its oomph. Okay. Number two, if you put two cars out there, this power pack is sharing that power. Okay. That power pack is sharing that power. And if you wreck one of the cars, you know what happens. The other one's going to get a little extra zap. Next thing you know, you're going to wreck that car as well. So anytime you're racing with two cars, you definitely need two experienced people that know what they're doing, that can keep the cars on the track all the time. Then you've got a level balance of how much electric is going all the way flowing from one car to the next, because generally speaking, one of these lanes is going to get a little more than its 50%, and the other one's going to get a little less. And that's just the way it is. And if it's an inside track getting a little bit more, it's not going to hurt a lot, because the inside track can't go as fast. How's it going, Alan? The inside track just cannot go as fast. That's just common nature, guys. Anytime you're racing somebody, if somebody says they want the outside lane and they're taking off, they should make probably 5 laps to every 4 you make, even on a short track like this, a 5-foot track right there. That's how much difference. You should be able to go. I should be able to go with this car right here, 1100, 1150. I should be able to do 1150 with this one with my eyes closed. 1150 scale miles an hour. You go back. If anybody remembers the old Sizzlers, the Hot Wheels Sizzlers, where you used to have to put the gas in them and battery on them and all, they were about 700, 750. You put these bad boys against them, they're not going to have a chance. I'm telling you. These bad boys right here, if you just saw it just now, it's a black streak, guys. That's probably about 900 to 1,000 right there. Scale miles an hour. It's rolling. And like I say, I don't touch them very much at all. I haven't kept up with them in a long time. Let's speed them up a little bit. Let's see if we can get there we go. That's probably 11 to 15. 11 to 12 right there. Look at that. That bad boy's going now. We're getting about, let's see, maybe a little more into it. See, I'm not running wide open. If I run this bad boy wide open, she's going to wreck. That's rolling right there. Just like any motor, the more you run it, the engine's going to let go a little bit more too, and you're going to speed up a little bit more. So if she's willing to go, I may have 1350 in it, but right now I feel sure 1100 to 1150. I got it going that fast right now. I feel pretty confident in that. And these are actual rubber tires. These are not foam tires. These are rubber tires. All right, let's slow her down now. Yeah, these are rubber tires right here. These are tires that when they do heat up, they will melt. I've run 15, 20,000 laps at a time without wrecking them. And you can actually see where the edges once in a while want to do some stuff, You can see right there. You can tell that inside tire right there. Okay? That's the inside tire right over there. That's the inside. On the back, and then right there, the outside tire. Doesn't run quite as hard, especially with rails. Rails save it. They really do. Now, I've got a track when I run it. If I run all my track together, it's about 130 feet, 130 feet long. And I have a high banked oval. Okay. When I run that bad boy, I have to be really careful because I have actually climbed walls 5, 6 feet high with these cars. These cars will do it. They will rock. They will roll. This is a stock one. This is a stock car. I've never done anything to the engine. You can tell I've got a few hours, on it, on the rails with it. But you can see the rails on my track are in pristine shape, and I keep them in good shape. I try to do as best I can with them. But yeah, my motors are in great shape as well. Now I've got one in here. Let's see. I may have a modified right here. Let me lay that down just for a second. Give you a track view. How about that? How's that? Give you a long track view. May even leave it there for the car. Let you watch this car. This one right here, I did a little bit of modifications on it. You may be able to tell. I'll show you in a second. Now I haven't run this one at all today, so I don't know. But it's a little bit heavier magnets. See my magnets on it? They're a little bit stronger. Now, anytime you got stronger magnets, you better either have a good motor to pull it, or either you need a lot of electrical current to run this. That's an Amoco number 93 car. That's another Dodge. You can see how wide she is. That's a wide card right there. Yep. So let's maybe see if maybe we can pull 1,500 out of the hat with this one. I don't know. I think this is a modified. Now I'll be able to tell when I get it going, because when she gets winding up, she doesn't go. He goes. It's got a little bit higher pitch to it. Let's see if it is one of those modified cars I have. I got some around. I know. Yeah, you hear it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't even oil that one. Look at that. I didn't even oil that car. Look at the streak that damn thing's making. She's a modified, probably capable of 1,500 scale miles an hour. It's not doing near that right now. Maybe 1,100, 1,150. No oil. Done nothing to it. Just pulled it out of the bag, in fact. You guys want to see it from track level? Let's see what some. Look at that. Check that out. See, that's what I'm saying, boys. That ain't playing right there. That ain't playing. That's a streak. That's a 5-foot streak right there, and she's moving. I've got her going now. Let's go the other way. Well, number one, I've got magnets on it that are modified. I modified the magnets on it. Okay. I'm not even going as fast as she can go yet. Watch this. There we go. I'm not running wide open. If I run this bad boy wide open, I'm going in my fireplace. She rolls, man. She rolls. She moves. Now, do you guys want to see something that you may not even believe it till you see it, but I'll show it to you. All right, let's slow her down here. All right, come on into the pits. All right, now let me show you something. All right, I showed you all four of them. This one right here is just a regular 87 or 88 car that came through with Lifelike. Okay, Lifelike is my choice of cars, but she sets up so high. She sets up way high, and a couple of hundredths of an inch will make 200 scale miles difference. Really will. And this one, you can just look at it and tell the difference. See, she's not near as wide as that 22 car. And the 22, see, look behind. Look what's coming behind you there, buddy. See? Now, if you want to test what you got going on, right? Let me show you what we got going on here. All right. Okay, I showed you I've done maybe a couple of modifications. What's going on, Atma? What if I could turn this bad boy totally, totally upside down like a pancake and she sticks? Wouldn't that kind of show you that my magnets are pretty good? Let's see if this one will. This one may not. Look at that bad boy. Look at that one. That's my weakest one right there. Look at that. That thing is, we are upside down all the way. Look at that. Look at that. That bad boy is upside down. I have attempted to run them upside down. The only reason they don't run upside down completely for me is because the rubber on the tires won't allow it. They're so much dependent upon the tires around the turns that they will not do that. But you can see, check it out. Here I am. Here he is. That and gravity. But if I didn't have tires on it and I was just going to run it, I could have it sliding across that track with those magnets. That in a heartbeat. That in a heartbeat, no doubt. And that's a weak one. I mean, check out my magnets on that one. See, these magnets are so small right here. They're little bitty. So I know for a fact, if I put Big Boy on here, this is the one. I didn't even modify this car. Okay. Okay. I know she'll run like, run like a wind, man. But yeah, I've got that one right there, Speedway Showdown. I've got, what have I got behind me here? Fast Stocks. Now I've traded cars in the past, so I've got certain cars that I've got that I wanted that I traded with somebody. But yeah, I would definitely say, I would venture a guess that this one right here, this bad boy right here, probably will do, I don't know, 1,400 scale miles per hour. This one, no, probably 1,000 to 1,100, something like that. But you saw the streak, guys. When you saw it going, this bad boy right here was almost a streak around the whole track. It was going so fast, and that's 5 feet. I mean, that's not like it's a foot away. You try to do it with your hands, even it's almost impossible. But it's pretty tough. I had a couple of people ask; they wanted to see a couple of my cars run, and you can kind of see that even almost 30 years old, I've got my stuff in relatively pretty good shape there, I would say. There's my other track right there. Oops. There's my other track right there that I pulled out, and I just don't use them anymore. I don't run them anymore. I just came across them, and I know a lot of people have got a hobby here and there, and I'm just really, really picky. I show a lot of people what I would do with my cars if I had a car, and if they've got track. I've had people come to me and say, Rob, how do you keep it in pretty good shape? Well, this is what I do to it. I also, to keep it clean, I will take clear tape and I'll lay it. First off, I cut my power off, but I will lay it and go across each individual 6, 8, 9, 12-inch piece of track and start right here and go right that way and clean the rails. Then peel it from back to forward. And you won't believe the mess that you'll get up in the rails just by putting it out for one day. It'll make a difference. It really does. Never put any additives such as oils, greases, anything on it. Anytime after like for instance, I oiled this one a little while ago. I will wipe this one down before I even think about wrapping it back up. No, I oiled this one. Yeah, I oiled the yellow one. That's right. All I did is put 1 drop of oil in. That's all I did. But this one right here, the one you saw, I think it's modified. I definitely, the way it sounded like it was modified. I didn't even put a drop of oil in that one before I got it going out there. And I know we had it probably 1,300 scale miles an hour. It was rolling. It was rolling, guys. You saw it. Before I go, would you like to see one of them? Would you like to see them run again? And if so, which one would you like to see? This is an old one. It's about an 88, 89. So it's roughly 30 years old. It is stock, and the magnets are not very strong. It probably, I don't know, 700-800 scale miles an hour. Oh, you want to see the 22? All right, now this one right here is my fastest. That's my fastest boy there. She'll probably go 1,300. This one will probably go 1,000, 1,100. Okay, you guys want to see the 22 car go? Okay, this one's not as fast. Okay, it's been oiled, 1 drop of oil, but other than that, the engine and the magnets aren't as strong. So, if you want to watch it, let's see. Let's do it this way. Let's let you guys watch it. Track level again. Let's do that. All right. Let's do that. You guys want to see the 22 car? Let's do it. Here we go. See, he's just winding up. That's not even 1,000 scale miles an hour right there. That's not going that fast right now. Probably 850 to 900. It's going pretty good, but not the best. But you know, if I put this car out there, you know, you can tell so much of a difference. Because this one will make about 3 laps to every. I mean, 4 to every 3 that one does. This one will really roll. Let's show you this one. Let's show you this one again. This one cooks, man. This one right here will go. If I oiled it, no telling what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on. There we go. Right? There we go. And I'm not nearly running wide open here, guys. Not even. Let's see if we can get it going a little bit more here. There we go. Get it going a little bit more here. This one may be a modified car. I'm not sure if it is. No oil. I have not put a drop of anything on it. I haven't run it probably in 5 years. This bad boy, if I oiled it, no telling what we got going on. Here we go. Now we're starting to pick up speed. Watch it. See? Engine's starting to let go a little bit. That's what we want. There we go. There we go. Picking up a little more speed here. These tires are rubber, and they will get hot. And when they do just like any other tire. They get slick. So here we go. There we go. We got it going now. We got it going now. That bad boy's rolling. That's probably 1,100, 1,150. She's moving. She got the program going now. Let's let you get closer and listen to it. Yeah. That's cooking, man. That's cooking right there. That bad boy's moving. Yeah. It's rolling, man. It's rolling, no doubt about it. You can see look underneath the car. You see, that's what the magnets are doing. They're holding it close. They're holding it tight. That's why she's going so good. The track's even moving. Look at the track moving. You see it going around the turns, you can actually see the tail end of it sliding sideways, coming down the straightaway, trying to hit sideways. This one will, because it just doesn't have the strength that the others do. It goes well, don't get me wrong. It's just not quite, doesn't have quite the oomph. Okay. And that's still pretty good to be an older car. As you can hear, after she gets going around the turns a little bit, she gets a little bit out of shape. Just because those tires want to be that way. That's what that is. And you don't see near the magnetic force underneath that one as you do that other one. That other one was going crazy. Watch this one more time. Watch the magnet underneath it and the shock value that it shows right here on the track, right underneath the car. This one just goes nuts, man. Hey, look at that. Look at that. That magnet is so much stronger. It really is. And the car's wider too. It's all that comes into play. But now I'm able to speed it up a little bit more and a little bit more. You can see she's moving. There ain't no playing around with that. That's going now. The track is just bouncing. Look at it. It's just trying to move, trying to move. That thing is moving. Get a little faster with that. That thing's moving with a purpose now. Look at that. That thing is going, man. And the more it runs, the more it's going to loosen the engine up. It really will. It's going to loosen the motor up, and it's really, really going to run a lot better. Slow her down a little bit. It still looks like she's going really fast. But that is the Amoco car. Yeah. So, guys, I've been asked a few people had asked me, would I do that? And I said, sure, I will. I will do that. I got a couple other cars as well. I didn't run right there, but anytime you're looking at slot cars, I'm not calling myself. I call myself more of an enthusiast than I do an expert. I'm not an expert at all. But if somebody's trying to sell you something, say you one of those type of cars, or you're looking to buy them, number one, there's no. I just pulled those out of my box a little while ago, and I bought them all new when I got them all new when I got them. Don't let anybody ever tell you, well, it's old, so it's not working. No. You pull that thing. It's not like pulling it out of a garage. I pulled those out of plastic bags. They've been kept. I put them on the track. Now, the first lap or two, they may have a little bit of zap to them. You got to get them going. Once your wheels are ready to turn, they should not be a problem. They should run that good all the time. Those cars, if I ran them, I don't know. Let's say I kept that track out for a week. I probably could get another 50 to 80, maybe even 100 scale miles faster an hour with each one of them. Because number one, the engine is probably a little tight because they hadn't been running a while. Number two, I would definitely oil them a little bit. I would probably put some 3-in-1 on the wheels. I might even put a little bit in the motor. You got to be really careful about that if you're going to do it. But little small things like that makes a difference. Really does. It makes a difference. You want to watch your magnets really close, so you don't want to get nothing shavings or anything like that could mess it up. You don't want nothing like that close to your car. You don't want to put your car on a kitchen table too much. If there's a chance you've had staples, anything like that, it will mess up the engine just like that and mess up the motor up. Then you end up having to change it and all, which is not that hard a deal to do. But there's those stock engines. They're pretty stock. I mean they're pretty well equipped. And the company, like I say, the company that I buy from or used to buy from was out of Baltimore, Maryland, and I was very, very pleased with the way they handled situations. Anytime and I only had a problem maybe once or twice. I maybe got a piece of racetrack that wouldn't fit right or something like that, and I'd contact them and say, look, I got a piece of track, it's a piece of crap. And they would send me a piece, and then a lot of times they would send me two. And anytime I was wheeling and dealing with them, I always tried to treat them fair because I know they always treated me right. But you got people that race AFX, Tyco. Just my type is Lifelike. That's the name of my racetracks. And I've got 7 in stock. I've got 7 here at my house. Couple of 30-foot tracks, but most of them about 15 to 18, 20-foot tracks. A couple of 11-foot track like that. But I just wanted to put a 5-foot track together today, guys, and show you what one of those cars is capable of doing. All 3 of those are at least 20 years old, and the oldest one's over 30 years old. So, I'm sure now probably they even make some that'll go 1,500 scale miles just like that. I don't know. You guys probably can tell me more about that. I don't know anything about the new ones. I know that when I used to get them, they used to have them where, rock them, sock them, or crash them, smash them, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, why would you teach your kid to go out here and run them into each other and stuff like that? That's beyond me. But I never ran mine like that. I just ran mine and never even raced those officially. I always just did it for hobby. hobby's sake. I raced larger cars, 1/24th and 1/32nd scale. I raced those more as a race type deal. Made a little money doing it back in the day, uh, over 30 years ago or more. And then once I got away from that, that's when I started buying these tracks and went to my local hobby shop and looked into it. And I delved into it a little bit, but I enjoyed it. And I raced them around, long before I met my wife, and long before I was married. Obviously, before I met my wife, it would be before I got married. How stupid is that? But yeah, it's long before I met her, and I had those, and then I stored them away, put them away, and I've kept them in some good shape. And a couple of people asked me, they wanted to just say, "Rob, will your cars run?" I was like, "I know they should." And I think it did pretty good. I hope I didn't bore anybody to death with this video. It's a lot different than the normal videos I do. More often than not, I'm doing baseball or hockey or something like that. But today, racing, down and dirty racing, right? Slot cars. If you're going to buy them, it's a lot of money involved into it, guys and girls. If you're going to buy them for your kids, I highly advise Google, YouTube, find out how much money it's going to cost you, especially for a brand new set. If you're just going to go get a brand new set, find out how much money it's going to cost you. Find out what kind of warranty you get. If you buy a brand new car, you would find out what kind of warranty you get with. If your kid goes out here and accidentally, runs it real hard, and next thing you know, boom, right in the wall, and now it's got 3 tires and one of them sitting on the roof. So find that out. Find out what kind of situation they'll do if you do wreck them and stuff like that. Teach your kids how, if you're going to buy them for your kids, to don't run wide open all the time. Show them what you got to do, and take time with them. I think that's shows them modifications and not modifications, but shows them moderation rather, and they don't just go hammer to the floor and roll with it, But it's a fun sport. It really is. It's fun. You just don't hear of many people nowadays getting slot tracks. Most people are into buying their kids motorcycles or 4-wheelers and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But on a day when it's snowing or raining, or just you got to be inside. It's a messy day. It's a perfect thing to get out of the box and be like, okay, now let's do this for a while. Now, obviously, as soon as this video is over with, I'm going to pack all that stuff up and I'm going to put it away. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give me the thumbs up, okay? We had 3 of them in the wind. We had them going. I thought they were going pretty good too. I thought they were going really well for a 5-foot track. I learned years ago how you can figure it, how fast scale miles it was going, and I forgot. But that was a 5-foot track right there, and we were cooking it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know a few people asked to watch it. I hope that satisfied it. I didn't feel like putting 75 feet of track up in my living room. I know my wife didn't feel like me putting 75 feet of track up in my living room. But maybe one day, maybe soon, I'll get the high banked oval out. Okay, that's one from, I think they call it Daytona, but it's not actually built like Daytona's racetrack. It's a road track, but it's actually got the high bank. Oh my God. You're talking about rolling, man. You can really roll. And when it goes around it, a lot of times you'll even see the car lose control a little bit, unless it's on the outside. But It's wild. It is really wild. It's fun to do. You guys, I appreciate you supporting my channel. My subscribers are going up on almost a daily basis. I really appreciate it. We're going to have us a giveaway pretty soon. Who knows what we may give away? Who knows? I may get wild, give away something. I don't know what. I don't know. Phillies up next for Big Mac. Alan Shaw is hitting the home runs with Big Mac now. Those new dice have done it for you. Or have they not done it for you? I am going to I'm going to take off 2 home runs. That's not too bad. I am going to take off now. It's 5 o'clock here on the East Coast. I may come back with a baseball game or a boxing match in a little while. Who knows? Mrs. Rob's going to take off, and she's going to do her thing this evening, and I'll be flying solo at home. So I'll be around. I got to put some racetrack away. She knows I know I'm going to get my tail kicked if I don't. She's waving, Miss. Hi, y'all. Miss Rob says hello, and she got her little bag ready to take off and go for the evening. And I'll see her later tonight. But who knows? If you guys would like to watch boxing, baseball, wrestling, I hadn't pulled the football game out that I got last night. If you didn't see that, go back and watch a video prior, a couple where I ended up goodwill find. It really was a goodwill find. Apple football, I found that. Here in my office on my big screen, hopefully find a game to watch. Yeah. Well, I may actually go on my big screen in a little while and actually watch my race cars go around the track, watch this video. So I may do it. I'm not a glutton for punishment and like to watch myself that much, but I like to watch those cars. So I went on eBay UK for $35. So a good buy. Yeah, I thought so too. Alan. I thought I did okay. Mrs. Rob's leaving. So guess what that means? I got to go give her a kiss before I go. Hats off to you guys. No drinking, no driving together, no texting and driving. They don't work together. I'll be back here. I want you back in one piece, just like I want to be back here in one piece. I don't know. Some kind of sport we're going to get going this evening. I'll do something, though. You guys have a great one. Atma, thank you. Alan, thank you. Phantomatic, thank you. All you folks that are in here. Anybody that didn't say hi, you can say bye to me right now. I'll call you out, too. Thank you for the thumbs ups. And watch my channel. Subscribe to my channel. And I will be back around in just a little bit. Till I see you again, God bless and have a great, great weekend. Thanks, guys. Bye. Bye.